Chromosomes, the carriers of heredity. As you know, chromosomes are coil and condensed form of chromatin fiber which are visible in a cell nucleus when the cell is about to divide. Now, the photographs of the chromosomes, they are taken through a high power light microscope, and then these photographs are used for artificially arranging the chromosome according to their size and shape on a chart to make their study easier. This artificial arrangement of chromosomes of an organism present in one cell on chart is called as karyotype. Here in your book, the karyotype of the chromosome present in one human cell is given. Just see, in humans, 46 chromosomes are there in one cell. Now, in a karyotype, all these 46 chromosomes, they are arranged in such a way that the longest chromosomes, they are placed at the first position and the shortest one at the last. So in this way, this artificial arrangement of the chromosome on chart to make their study easier, that is called as chromosomes. Please note, they are not present in this way inside the nucleus of the cell. Only this is the artificial arrangement of the chromosomes present in any organism in one cell, just to make the study of that chromosomes easier. So we call it as a karyotype. Now the next topic that is again related to chromosome, that is chromosome number. Beta, chromosome number is constant for the individual of a species, means each body cell of that species has the same number of chromosomes. For example, in one cell of human, 46 chromosomes are present. In the same way, in another species or organism belonging to another species, they also have a fixed number of chromosomes in them. Like Ascaris, roundworm, 2 chromosomes in one cell. Onion, 16 chromosomes in one cell of the onion. Mage, 20 chromosomes. Lion, tiger, both are having 38 chromosomes in one cell. Domestic cat also 38 chromosomes. Mouse, 40. Now there are some insects which have more than thousands of chromosomes in one cell. Humans are having 46 chromosomes in one cell. Gorilla 48. Potato again 48. Monkey 54. Dog 78. Chicken 78. And crayfish 200. Now just see here. According to this chart, lion, tiger and domestic cat all are having 38 chromosomes in their one cell. So as they are having the same number of chromosomes in their cell, then why they differ from each other in appearance? Because it is not the number of chromosomes present in the cell, but it is the arrangement of genes on the surface of chromosomes which results in the characteristics of the organisms. So they differ because the arrangement of genes on their chromosomes is different from each other. One of the important question, beta. Now after that, the next one is chromosome in homologous pair. Beta, according to the list previously discussed, each organisms, they have a fixed number of chromosomes. And another thing, all organisms, they are having chromosomes in even numbers. Like human beings 46, gorilla 48, lion 38, cat also 38, onion 16 and so on. So in every organism, chromosomes, they occur in even number. This is so because they always occur in pair. Thus, in human, as 46 chromosomes are present in one cell of the human, it means 23 pairs of chromosomes are present in one cell of the human. The two chromosomes of each pair, they are similar in their size and shape, and they are derived from the two parents of the organisms. Now just see this karyotype. Now this is one pair, the first pair of the chromosome present in human cell. As in every pair two chromosomes are there, these chromosomes, they are similar in their appearance, they are similar in their size and shape, but they are derived from two different parents of the organism. So such pairs of chromosomes are called as homologous chromosomes. So the definition is a pair of corresponding chromosomes of the same shape and size, one obtained from each parent, are called homologous chromosomes. Now next, the two main categories of chromosomes, autosomes and sex chromosomes. Beta, like this is a karyotype of one of the human cell. So 46 chromosomes which are present in one cell of the human, they are artificially arranged here. And as they are in pairs, so 23 pairs of chromosomes are shown in this karyotype. Just see, out of this 23 pairs of the chromosome, 1 to 22 pairs. First to 22nd pair of chromosomes has identical. They are identical in all the species. And these chromosomes are called as autosomes. And the 23rd pair, it differs in organisms or in humans, and that 23rd pair of chromosome is called as sex chromosomes. In female it is XX, and in male it is X and Y. So these chromosomes, the 23rd pair of chromosomes present in human, it determines the sex of that individual. So they are sex chromosomes, and rest 22 pairs are autosomes. They are identical in each one of us, having different arrangement of or different types of genes over them. So the chromosomes in an organism are divided into two types. The first are autosomes, which are identical in all the organisms, and the last pair, the one pair of sex chromosome, which determine the sex of the organism. Autosomes are the kind of chromosomes which determine general body features like our complexion, our height, seed color. All these things, they are controlled by autosomes. Humans have 22 pairs of autosomes, while the sex chromosomes, they are also called as allosome. The another name for sex chromosomes are allosome. They are the kind of chromosome which determine the sex of the organism. Now every human has one pair of sex chromosome, that is the 23rd pair. In female it is XX, and in male it is XY. Now next topic, very important one, sex determination, son or a daughter. The sex of a child depends upon the kind of sperm that fertilizes the egg. Sperm is a male gamete and egg is a female gamete. So a kind of sperm which is going to fertilize the egg, the sex of the child depend upon that condition, as egg contain only X chromosomes. But 50% of the sperms are having X as a sex chromosome, and 50% of the sperms have Y as a sex chromosomes. So it depends upon a matter of chance that which sperm is going to get fused with the egg. Now just giving the example, showing here, just look at this. Now male, one cell of the testis in males have XY as a sex chromosomes. In male the sex chromosomes are X and Y. So each cell of the testis, they are having sex chromosomes as X and Y. And these cells results in the formation of gametes. So during the formation of gametes, because meiosis occur there, you know that You have read this thing in previous chapter. So during meiosis, these chromosomes are going to separate from each other in the formation of gametes. So during gamete formation, 50% of the sperms will have X as a sex chromosome and 50% of the sperms will have Y as a sex chromosome. But in the case of females, as females have both X as a sex chromosomes, so the egg which are produced there in the by the cells of the ovary, that is ovum, they have only X as a sex chromosomes. So all ovum, they are having a X as a sex chromosomes. So now it depends upon the matter of chance that which sperms, whether the X bearing sperm is going to get fused with X bearing ovum, or a Y bearing sperm is going to get fused with a X bearing ovum during fertilization. Now if a gamete having X as a sex chromosome get fertilized with the ovum having X chromosome, then the resulting offspring will be a daughter due to XX as a sex chromosomes. But if a sperm having Y as a sex chromosome get fused with ovum having X as a sex chromosome, then the resulting child will be a son due to this combination, that is XY. These are the sex chromosomes of the male. So the sex of a child depends upon the matter of chance that which sperm is going to get fertilized with the ovum. All ovum, they have the same sex chromosome, that is X. But sperms, 50% of sperms are having X as a sex chromosome and 50 Y. So it depends that which sperm is going to get fused with the ovum. Now the next topic, very simple one, chromosomes, carrier of genes. You know that genes are present on the surface of the chromosome. Now just see one chromosome. It looks like this. Centromere, sister chromatids, and genes, they are present on the surface of the chromosome in this way. Different types of genes which are controlling different characteristics in our body, they are present over the surface of the chromosome at a particular location. So when during cell division, when these chromosomes, they move into daughter cell, along with these chromosomes, the genes which are present over their surface, they also move from parents to daughter cell. So that's why they are called as carrier of genes. Next term, the word gene was coined by geneticist Wilhelm Jonasson in 1909 to simply describe what parents pass to their offspring. The detailed DNA structures came to knowledge much later. Now gene and genome, two important definition. As already discussed, genes are the segments of DNA which are present over the surface of the chromosomes, and they are responsible for the transmission of inheritable characteristics from parent to child. So these are the specific parts of the chromosomes. We call them as a segment of DNA which are present over the surface of chromosomes, which are responsible for transmission of characteristics from parent to child. Now, very interesting one. According to the latest finding, there are nearly 19,000 genes in human. Chromosome number 1 in the karyotype, that is the largest chromosome, is having longest chromosome, has having largest number of genes, that is 2,968 genes are present on the surface of first chromosome in human. And the chromosome Y in male, that is the smallest one, has only 231 genes over its surface. Now genome, the full complement of DNA. Now what does it mean? Full complement means all genes and intergenic regions. Now as genes are present over the surface of chromosome, so full complement of DNA means these all genes which are present over the chromosome, including intergenic spaces, means the spaces in between two genes, they are also included. That full complement of DNA is called as genome of the organism. Hope you have understand all this. Now after this, the progress check which is given on page number 25 mention the following. The total number of pairs of chromosomes in each body cell in human, total number of pairs means 23 pairs. Now number of pairs of autosomes in humans, 22. So 23 pairs, and the number of pairs of autosomes in humans, that is 22 pairs. A certain couple got only 4 daughters in the row, no son. Does it mean that the husband does not produce Y-bearing sperms? Explain. No. The 50% of the sperms are X-bearing and 50% of the sperms are Y-bearing. It is only the matter of chance that which sperm is going to get fertilized with the ovum. So with this, we have completed up to page number 25. Next, we will start with genes and their alleles.